26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Hey, 180! 54! Mike, 54!
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first 2 selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round, but they circled back in the second round and got a really good one to Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke off a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
Shoot! Watch the shoot! Hey, alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Clay Matthews brings the heat and gets the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Samson Abukum in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 10. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Golf will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 13. Now it's gone. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st down, Rams.
Mike. 20.
Mike. Let's pick it up. It's out time, guys. Out time. Let's get off the field.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Goff now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Hey, good. 180. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger.
Brandon Cooks, wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Browns drive about to get started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Mayfield. Over the middle to Beckham. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. That is caught at the 7. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the play. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A shotgun snap for Goff. Looking left side, and it's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
50 goes tonight. Ric Flair. 180. Kill.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33. Last year for Everett, just 33 catches, 2 touchdowns, but he really has a chance to cement himself as a top tight end in this offense. People around the organization said he had a really good offseason, and he's ready to make that next step. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 2nd and 12, Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Sheldon Richardson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Mayfield to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A give running right is Chubb. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. There to make the tackle, Samson Abukum. On 3rd down, Mayfield trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Come on, let's go. Check 3.
Back to it after the pick 6. Mayfield got an open man. It's Ratley. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
It's coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Throwing, Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun. Gone. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron. because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
Nickel Roby-Coleman up to make the tackle.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, avoid 33.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mayfield going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now gone. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw is gone. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
The Rams take over.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Here's Goff. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
at the 26-yard line.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies look.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. They got a man. It's Woods. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Goff now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Looking again in the direction of Woods, and now it's 2nd down. Here's Goff. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Goff now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
We play to win. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Goff. Joe Schobert leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And they can't bring him down. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 62-yard punt return as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
180.
Number 53, Mike 53. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley. Off play action. Here's Goff. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods, his second touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are all tied at 28. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
At the 30-yard line.
180. Up, left.
Right there. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield looks to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. He was looking for Landry that time. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Gurley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Like 20. You back there,
On 2nd and 12, Goff. And this is incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Gone. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33.
First down, Los Angeles.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Gone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now gone. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And Zerline's kick is good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That was 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Cut. 120. 53. Mike. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to clear you up.
To throw again on second down. Goff. Forced that, and he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Goff now looks to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the 4th quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd and 9, Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Takk McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Value 3.
Now it's Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch left. He's done.
They run it again with Chubb. Tackle there by Clay Matthews. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz,
and that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Larry Ogunjobi, his 2nd sack of the night. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Woods, the intended receiver.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And a very good return as he takes this all the way up to the 35-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A shotgun snap for gone. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
3rd and long. It's gone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Go, go. Hey, wahoo!
Here we go on 4th. Goff. And he's taken down this will be a Brown sack. Sheldon Richardson. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Browns on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Mayfield now. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Now, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Mike 20. Mike, you won't see me in your nightmares.
Here's Goff. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Browns, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for L.A.,